Good morning. I'm good. How are you doing? Hopefully y'all can hear me. If not, then I'll have to put on my headphones. Can y'all hear me okay, or do I need to put my headphones on? My hair is, I think it's a little dry now. I shampooed my hair a little while ago, so I'm sitting in here under this pyramid, and I got some downloads, so I wanted to share with you all how to dress your candles. Okay, Joan said that y'all can hear me. Okay. Hey, Monica. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, y'all. I call myself, look at my eyebrows. Why is one dark and one I didn't even do? But, at least y'all know I do have eyebrows. And, I call myself penciling this one in. I don't know why. Oh, I put the bag back in my office somewhere. This is gonna drive me crazy. Let's see if I can make this look semi-decent. I don't like to use mascara because it's so dark, but they just look too off. Look at that. Dark light. Anyway, enough of that. It is what it is. It's some hot mess. Um, hey, how y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Like I said, I was getting some downloads. I was under the pyramid. And I do have a new deck of cards too if y'all have a question. But I do want to go ahead and get everything set up um, so that we can go ahead and talk really quickly. Um, let's see. What else? What else? What else? Oh, okay. So let me tell y'all what downloads I got when I was just sitting here. Yeah, Trisha, I didn't write down, so you know what? I'm gonna have to okay, there's my connection back. Yeah, I have to write it down in my book, and I must have gotten distracted. So let's see. Okay, so this is what they told me. Hey, Positive for Life. This is what they told me when I was meditating this morning. Well, I kind of okay, so y'all know I went to the emergency room for my leg cramping, and they gave me some potassium pills. But when I was there, I energetically was tapping and said, hey, you know, there are people inside of here that have COVID-19. They're, you know, in this same urgent care facility. There were only two other people in there. Two people in there. And one was getting some antibiotics via an IV, and he was an older Caucasian man. And then there was a female in there. She sounded to be, she looked and sounded like she had an African dialect, and somebody on the phone was translating what the doctor was saying to her. So she was, her head was hurting real bad, and they were telling her check with her primary care physician within 3 days and all this stuff. But they gave her a lot of prescriptions. But I could just feel the energy. So when I came home, like I told y'all, I said my psalms, and I burned a candle. I'm gonna show y'all what the candle looks like now. So I burned this candle. Whoosh, that's hot. Lord help me. That glass is on fire. Okay, so I burned my black candle, and I lay down in here. This is my healing room. Um, it's gonna be hard for me to aim the camera around and see, but this is my Reiki room. I do Reiki on my clients in here. I took the Reiki table out of here since I don't have clients coming to the home anymore due to COVID-19. But this is where I do long distance Reiki and healing and everything. So I had my Papa Legba altar set up. I have 3 Legba altars, and I had this black candle on it. So literally, this black candle was on the table beside me, and I fell asleep meditating, and I saw a shadow to my left. And when I woke up, I felt something come over my whole body, from my head down, pulling on the bottom of my pelvic floor. And it just felt like everything was just so I got the flu for the first time earlier this year, which of course they did send me something from Kaiser saying that it was possibly COVID-19 because at that time they were not testing. This was the week after Valentine's Day when we came back from Jersey Shore, and no one got sick but me. But I was only sick for that particular day, and then the next day, because I started taking my good old colloidal silver, which is in the background. I was trying to show it to y'all, but I don't want to moon y'all if I try to reach over there and get it. I'm gonna moon everybody. Um, so I did mention colloidal silver before. Um, so uh, pretty much what happened was I felt the energy of what's going on in the world, on the planet, what's affecting people. And it is an entity. It is a dark energy that I did see. And I saw out of the corner of my eyes. And I actually saw a shadow go across the wall and everything. It was very real. And I felt that energy attempt to attack my body. And I had my candle lit, my black candle lit. And so I wanted to talk to you all about the power of lighting candles, and especially black candles, for that particular type of energy. Let me stretch my legs out. Okay. So when you're looking at a sickness, especially with what's going on in the world, I don't want to say the name so the video won't get flagged or anything. And I don't want to give it any power or energy, even though it is a very strong, dark, energetic force, very entangled in darkness. But what you do outside of taking a bath or using hand sanitizer or washing your hands, which is what they're going to tell you in the news, which is true. You want to do all those things, but you also need to clean your aura. So you can do protective herbs. I put this little, pull this little pouch out so I wouldn't forget to mention it. Origmoni or Arigmoni, or however you say it. I don't have the labels on it because a lot of these herbs I've had for so long, and I've mixed them with other things and made my little special packets. Hold on, let me check and make sure I'm giving y'all the actual correct spelling of it at least. And the reason that the herbs work is because they have spirits, they have frequencies. All plants do. Okay. So let me check in my little book of shadows, and this is one of my little book of shadows right here. This one is kind of old. You can use borage, B-O-R-A-G-E. And like I said, a lot of these I have actually made the concoctions and put together the herbs and the roots. So I just make these little packets, and when I do a lot of my work, I have it already right there. Let's see, how am I spelling this? Okay, here it is. It's A-G-R-I-M-O-N-Y. And that will also reverse curses, spell works, remove hexes. I mean, it's really time for a lot of spiritualists to just go ahead and share. Not our top secret things, but share as much as we can with the masses, because we need to raise the vibration of planet Earth, number one. Number two, we need more people in this together that can help with warding off some of this energy. Okay, Trisha says spell it again. It is A-G-R-I-M-O-N-Y. Agrimony, I think, is how you pronounce it. Okay. And then, of course, you can drink ginger tea. They have one African store, African ginger. And I looked that one up. And that one is good for your throat, for hexes. You can use the dry herbs in the room. Oh, my hair smells so good. For hexes, okay? All right, let's see what else I have in my repertoire. Da, 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 da. Black cohosh, and I know a lot of people have heard of black cohosh tea before. You can use that for protection and cleansing as well. So if you come in contact with an entity or dark force or somebody hexes you, you get these herbs that I'm mentioning. You write down, your Psalms. Psalms 91 is great for protection. Psalm 36 for hex breaking removals. Um, Make yourself a little pouch of herbs. Put it in a little flannel cloth. You can get flannel cloth from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. Get yourself a little piece of flannel cloth, and you put your herbs. You make a little pouch. That's all a mojo bag is. You put your herbs in there. You write down your petition. You get your protective symbols. I've showed y'all one of my little bottles before. You can print these off online. Seal of Solomon. All the Elohim. Shoot. What is this? A symbol. Sigil. Okay. You print all these things off. And the reason these things work is because these have a specific geometric pattern that vibrates something out into the atmosphere that the planet Earth itself can understand. Kind of like what Spirit is showing me now, how dolphins communicate, and they use, what is this, sonar, how it vibrates. And it's that sound frequency that they use to communicate, to navigate, so that's what you want to do. You want to use your symbols and your sigils, your protective seals. That's what they're called. You can actually get a book. Did I bring it in here? I called myself gonna bring some stuff in here. Yes, I did. I brought the book, The Power of the Psalms, because I know I talked about it before. I want to show you all what the book looks like. I have not used this in a very long time, but let's see. So yeah, they have all. Let's see what's in here. Psalms. What I say, 36 and then 91. 91 is just a very popular one for spirit, for protection, spiritual protection. Okay. It's been so long since I looked in here because all of my pouches and my bags are already pre-made, and then I just add the person's name and date of birth that I'm assigning it to, and I put more energy in it. I literally have a basket downstairs where all of these are already made. Okay, so yes, Psalms 36, Psalms 91. But anyway, so I had to make myself a protective pouch, and I already had my altar going as usual. So when I saw that energy, the good thing is I saw the shadow go across here, and it left the house. It came home with me from the hospital, though. I know it did, from the emergency room, because I felt it when I was in there. And no sooner than I walked through the door, I took all my clothes off at the door, and I put them in the washing machine, and I left my shoes out, and I sprayed them down with colloidal silver, because colloidal silver does have allegedly antiviral properties and everything. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get everything that I can off of me energetically. I was a little too weak to take a spiritual bath, so I just made sure I did my herbs. And even if you don't ingest herbs, just having them on your person, in your energy field, in your, I carry mine in my Brazil, Brazilians, my grandmother call my bra, when I make my pouches and my little packets. But you definitely want to go ahead and start doing these things, especially if you're an essential worker, or if you're out in public a lot, because these entities attach to you. If somebody is stingy and they don't like to share with other people, that is a spirit. If somebody overeats, that is a spirit. If somebody gambles, that is a spirit. If somebody does and takes too much alcohol, that's a spirit. Drugs, definitely a very strong gateway spirit too. And my little candle just went out while I was sitting here. But that is the bottom of the barrel, and it's a little foggy, but that makes sense because it did have some things to work on. This is just one of them. This is just the one that was in here while I was asleep. I have way more of them going on my Orisha altars and everything throughout the house, because what you want to do is you want to clean your energy and clean your home so that that vibration is so, up here, that energy that's down here is like, okay, I'm gonna just go on about my business. I'm gonna go on somewhere else. I'm gonna get out of here. It's too much love and light and positivity in here. The vibration is not my type of vibration, which is why certain people, who have certain addictions sometimes are susceptible to certain other addictions or certain other things, because they're already vibrating they're already vibrating on a certain frequency where it attracts other entities that are similar. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, a lot of these energies, are similar. They kind of hang out in the same place. And I learned this from a friend of mine who's a Muslim woman, back a long time ago. She, and I actually, for those of y'all don't know, I told you I met my dad's side of the family when I was in the 3rd grade. Well, I had an uncle who was a part of the Nation of Islam, who lived in my grandmother's house. So outside of me learning about Christianity in the 3rd grade, I also learned about, the Quran and all those things at the very same time. So I made friends with someone who was Muslim as well. And she taught me a lot about jinns and those spirits and where they hang out at. In certain cultures, like in the culture she was a part of, they would not go to certain places, like certain liquor stores, gas stations, stuff. They would not go inside. And if they did, they had to walk with a certain foot in front of them, because they had to change that energetic vibration or the pattern of the energy. Now that I know what I know why they did certain things, why they use, certain hands to open doors, to wipe their behind. All of these things have to do with frequencies. I know that now. But Monica said, can you get the herb on Amazon? I'm not sure. I haven't ordered any herbs on Amazon, because I've always lived near places where I could get herbs. But I mean, if they have it on there, go for it, because it is a very powerful herb. And the for those of you who asked me what I put in my little happy jars, the borage root is one of those as well. Okay, the candles don't connect with, we do a prayer for it and throw it away. The candle does contain a spirit, okay? So that's why we take it to the creek and dispose of it a specific way. Okay, the mother of three, or the Ajay energies, the great mothers, they carry out the rest of the work, execute that work the way that it needs to be completed. So you always want to dispose of your spiritual work in a very sacred way. Just like when a person dies, you don't just throw their body in the garbage, for lack of a better example, but y'all know I like to give whatever example comes to my mind. We don't throw your physical body away and say, okay, they're dead, they're no longer in the body, we're just going to throw it away. You have a very elaborate ceremony. You dress the person up. They, you put on perfume or, pretty clothes and sheer fabrics and, stuff like that. You put fresh flowers out. And you put them in a nice metal or wood or whatever material, marble, casket, and you bury them under the earth. So you want to look at your candle work as that same type of your candle work or any of your magic that you're performing, as that kind of an energy. Because if you're opening up these portals and you're tapping into sacred energy, you want to be very respectful, okay, when doing that, okay? But if I heard we're supposed to take money with our left hand when it's given to us. Yes, and that's one of the things that culture believes in as well. And it all comes down to cultural beliefs, but it's also about giving and receiving as well. It's all energy, an energy flow. Oh my God. Okay, my candles are saving for a month and I throw them away on the trash day. Yeah. And I'm just speaking from the way that things have been downloaded to me. And so that's what we do. Okay. Um, some of your sacred items that you work with, if you no longer connect with, you can return it to the earth, bury it. I had a statue I was working with, um, working with an energy. And I worked with this energy for a few years. And then at the end of the day, I had a statue. And just like always, I was burning the candles around that statue in my backyard. I came outside one day. I hadn't been in the house for no more than an hour, and the whole statue was gone. It had burned, and you couldn't even see ashes or a trace of it. So I knew it was time for me to no longer work with that particular energy. And I just felt it intuitively. So, you know, when you're getting those kind of downloads, you definitely want to take that advice from spirit and, you know, execute whatever they're expressing to you to do. Another thing, yes, the woods are perfect, Monica. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just very I mean, but anytime I start doing my lives and tapping into spirit, I notice I clear my throat a lot when I go back and listen to my videos. In real life, I don't do this. So, all right. Yes, that's positive. That's exactly what you want to do. So when it comes to sacred geometry, you know, when I'm sitting here, I get these downloads and spirit just starts speaking. I'm going to tell y'all what I wrote down. This is all my stuff. This is not anything, and I know it looks really, you know, weird for me to be reading off of something, but I just wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. But anyway, when it came to sacred geometry and candle magic, I was like, I'm going to do a video. So I got the download for these very specific points, and I don't want to forget them, so let me bring them up here. So spirit is saying that I need to let y'all know that when you're working with candles, it's very specific energy you need to pull in if you're, you know, trying to bring something to you, certain things to say and do. And if you're trying to release something, certain things you need to, you know, do as well, because it all ties into sacred geometry, you know, like positive for life. So you're supposed to receive money with a certain hand. Okay, so what they're saying is that the reason that it is so specific like this, because I've always done things a certain way, whether it was downloaded or I learned about it, you know, when I was younger. But it's a certain way. It's done a certain way for a certain reason, because it's all sacred geometry. Like, so what they told me today was that, you know, when you're looking at a clock, it's going to, you know, go in a certain direction. The wind is going to blow in a certain direction. I was even watching a documentary years ago where they were showing different stuff, and one thing that really just blew me away: if you live in a certain hemisphere of the planet, your water drains out of your faucet, out of your drain in your tub a certain way. If you live on a certain coast or a certain hemisphere of the planet, your water drains in a certain direction. And I was just blown away. I was like, wow. So it's this pool or this vortex, planetary energy that is spinning a certain way. Of course, we all know the sun rises and sets in a certain pattern across the earth, the sky. Even rain falls a certain way. So the message that they were giving me basically was that the universe is very, very organized, very intentional, and you should be the same way as well when you're doing work, especially to increase the power in your work, okay? And then they also said, oh, y'all know what? And then First in Corinthians came to me about everything being done decent, in decency and in order. I want to say that's First Corinthians, but don't quote me on that. But that popped up in my head as well when I was, you know, getting the download. So then too, it was also telling me about, you know, like the reason that you anoint your candles with oil, you want to also anoint yourself with the same oil that you're using if you're doing like come to me work or abundance work, you're going to anoint your candle and yourself. If you're doing hex breaking, anoint your candle and yourself with the same oil. Because I know in Psalms it's talking about I anoint my head with oil. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. So you're anointing your head with oil, but you are also building that connection with your energy in the candle. Because the candle is almost like it's a vessel. This is like a representation of yourself, of your partner, of your money, of your house that you want, of a hex you're trying to break. Whatever work you're doing, whatever reason you're doing the work for, the candle becomes a symbolic representative of that. That's why they have candles shaped like houses, like skulls, like penises and vaginas. You know, they have them shaped like everything, crosses, you know. Let's see what y'all saying. Monica said 23rd Psalm. Yeah, that's the 23rd Psalms, anointing your head with the oil. But as far as the candle, you, even when I do candle work, so let's just do an example. So I got all my little roots and my herbs, and let's say this candle's already been cleaned with some holy water, Florida water, and I've already let it dry overnight. And I'll even use a paper towel and dry it, you know, because you don't want it to be to the point where it's going to catch on fire, because that Florida water, rum, alcohol, anything you use like that, it is very flammable. Okay, so what I do is I take my candle and I talk to it, tell it what I want it to do, you know, speak life over it, you know. I told my daughter when I was teaching her to look at it like it's a microphone. You're talking into it, speaking into it, okay? Pull it towards you if you're trying to bring in something. If I'm trying to bring in love, let's say this is me bringing love in. I start from here and I just, you know, put my essence, my energy all in it. And I'm also turning it, you know, in a clockwise manner. Counterclockwise is to release something or let go of something. Clockwise brings it in. So I'm turning it towards me, and I'm turning it towards me. And I'm also writing up the candle towards me as well, because I'm pulling this energy in. So everything is coming to me. Even if I write a petition to go with this candle, I'm going to write it and I'm going to fold it and I'm going to fold it to me. And I like to write those petitions on brown paper bags or parchment paper. And I'll fold that petition and put this candle and the petition both together in whatever herbs go with it. And I'll let that sit out maybe a night or two. Then when I'm ready to burn my candle, I put a little bit of oil, just a little bit of oil. And I do like a cross on my forehead. And the same thing with the oil. I put the little, just a little tinge of oil. And I pull it towards me. You know, pull it towards me. Some people start at the middle and do it, you know, but I prefer to start at the bottom. And the whole time I'm talking to the candle, telling the candle what I want to do. Thank you so much in advance for bringing in this love towards my life. This is going to be the high level love that I want, that I desire, that I need, that I've been praying for. This person is going to be spiritual. This person is going to be sharing. They're going to be financially blessed. They're going to be evolved. They're going to be very caring, supportive, and loving, happy. You can go back down, keep talking. This person, this individual is, you know, whatever sex, whatever height, whatever, you know, just go ahead and describe them, you know, and bring them in. And, you know, also imagine your heart chakra connected to this candle as well. And you just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and go all the way down. And of course, you've already written down what you want. You've already oiled it up. So you're just putting more and more power and intention into the candle. And you up already? The timer just went off. Oh, I didn't know if you were up or not. I couldn't see you. I'm in here. You're welcome. So, you know, you can actually continue to talk. And then when you light it, now I'm just going to show y'all one thing that I like to do. I'll take flower pot with some soil in it, and it doesn't have to necessarily have a plant in it. Prefer that you don't. but I put my candle in there. If it's a taper like this, which are my favorites to work with. I like the glass candles, but I prefer to be able to touch and hold and rub and you know, caress my candle, put my energy in my candle. Because if this is representative of my soulmate or my twin flame or whoever that I'm calling and pulling in, I'm going to treat it like a baby. I'm going to take really good care of it. And I'm going to put it in something nice and pretty and put some, you know, rose petals around it, dried roses, rose otto oil, cinnamons, gingers, you know, all of these spices. And I'm going to water the soil and put my candle in and just let the wax flow down. Then when I'm finished with that wax, I'm going to put that wax in another little pouch with the herbs and all that stuff and carry that on me. I made one of these for a client a few months ago, and she went out to the club and she texted me and she said, I don't know what you put in here, but when I tell you I got folk all over me and I'm not used to this, I'm loving this attention and this affection. It is basically exactly what you want. Okay. So write your name going from the bottom of the candle or from the top of the wick. From the bottom, if you're pulling something in, Monica. Oh hell, I done left the candle up there. Yeah. Salad. Wawa. If you're pulling something in, then you want to start from the bottom and bring it up towards the wick. It's gonna come up to the wick. Okay. And if you're releasing something, you want to do the same thing. So it's very important the way that you write on the candle too. That was why I paused, because I was trying to think, did I even say that? So Lynn, L-I-N, L-I-N up here. Lynn is now married to her soulmate. And then then clockwise. Turn it again. Lynn is now happy and married. Okay? Lynn is a stay-at-home wife. Whatever. I'm just making up stuff now, y'all. Lynn's wife pays the bills. We're gonna make sure we write that there. Okay. Lynn is now spoiled. I'm just making up stuff. Y'all get my drill. But you write it all down, because it is essentially you creating your existence, or you're writing out the story of your life, the things you wish to attract, the things that you want in your life. You're not going to write anything negative on here. I'm not going to say, oh, Lynn ain't fooling around with no broke fools that's crazy and full of drama no more. I'm not writing none of that on there. That's for a release candle, okay? Okay, Kylie, you said you're going to push replay. Oh, Lord, Pinky, you done gave the money to somebody else. Please don't do that, Lord. Yeah, we're going to have to fix that. Positive light. Last night I was talking to my ancestors and the oracle card fell out. I had it on the floor. It said at the top, great teacher to know, said, learn from spiritual experiences. Now you are speaking. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Monica. I can't see because it's the arrow. Oh, okay. I love this. Okay. Good. Yes, because I want to make sure y'all know exactly what y'all need to do. So when this is done, if there is any wax, this needs to be carried on your persons. If it is to bring in love, finances, and let's talk about colors a little bit as well for candles. And the reason the reason that this is so important, because when I do work, just a little, practitioner secret. But like I said, you all are practitioners in training and the making. So, I'm going to talk to you all about these things as well. When you're doing work, the reason we use candles and different things like this is because we're transferring energy into them. So I'm taking all of my petitions, all of my, I want this, I need this, I gotta have that, and I'm transferring all that energy into the candle, and I'm expecting that candle as it burns to keep vibrating that prayer out into the different dimensions, and to also melt any obstacles that are in front of it. Okay, and it's just like the it's not gonna show me now, Pinky, but I didn't get anything so far. I gotta look, I gotta wait till I finish the live because I'm on my phone. um So remember I was telling you all how you can use the egg for healing. What the egg does is it absorbs. Remember how I always preach about the sacral chakra, the pocketbook, the receptive womb energy, how it holds things in and how it absorbs things, how things are implanted there, whether it's a physical baby, spiritual baby, someone else's problems, your problems, childhood issues, or any blockages. That's where we hold all those things in our sacral. So that's what the egg, that's why the egg is so powerful, because it's a, representative of the womb. Because think about it, that's what we have inside of our, sacral chakra is connected to your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, your uterus. So all of that, that's where all the egg, is processed and goes through all these little different processes inside of that particular area. So now you're using this candle as a representative of the womb, or of the universe, whatever. It just depends, because it depends on what you're have been asking me to do work for you. And I don't mind doing spiritual work for anybody. That's what I do. I'm a practitioner, but I want to empower you all as well. When it comes to doing spiritual work, don't let the colors fool you. um Red is okay. So if you're trying to attract a love, higher level love, soulmate, twin flame, I would definitely recommend pink. Okay. And then at the same time, I would also burn a white candle to clear up negativity, and black candles to absorb the negativity. For some of you who've ordered them, I send you those kind of trilogy candles in the smaller sizes. Red, which represents blood, is going to be for anything that you would use blood for. For example, protection. If somebody has done something or sent a hex or something towards you. That's why if y'all ever notice, the reverse candles have red at the top and then black, because that red represents blood. I'm just going to just say it as bluntly and tactful at the same time as possible. Black, again, absorbs negativity. So that reverse candle is red at the top, and then is black at the bottom for a reason, because that black absorbs the negativity, and that red represents blood. So especially if somebody has done some blood magic or curses on you, then that red represents blood. When doing hex breaking work, you can also prick your finger, put a little bit of blood in there, because that is going to make it more potent and more powerful, especially when I'm dealing with like generational curses and hexes and things where people have had blood magic done on them. You have to do those things to break those curses. Okay. And black, I always recommend burning a black candle. I mean, if anybody has done anything towards you, or if you just have these blockages that just will not go away, just go ahead and burn you some black candles to remove negative energy, to cure up, because they're going to act the same way that black tourmaline does. It absorbs negativity. Just go ahead and write it on there. I remove obstacles and blockages from my money, from my life. Do a Star David on there. On the outside of it, if it's glass, or if it's a regular candle, you can write on it. And even like with me, I didn't even write anything on here. My intentions, though, that I put in here, I see two faces in this. My intentions that I put in this were what counted. Y'all see this? Y'all notice this little tinge of wax? Look, it's clear. Around here, it's a little tinge. And look, they happen at the same time. And I just said I saw two faces, two little pieces of wax, but the two faces I saw were actually in the residue of the wax. But I did have Papa Legba's blessing on this candle. But it's just that simple. And now what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put it in the creek. Okay? Oh, no, you're fine, Pinky. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Okay, Trisha, that's a good question. On the black candle, do you use oils? You can. I prefer, if they're in a glass, to use... Do I have any in here? Oh, use a powder, okay? So you can actually put a little sprinkle of powder. This is jinx removal. Take a little powder, take a little pinch, and just do this over the top of your candle. And again, over yourself as well, because you are forming a connection or a tie. This smells amazing. A connection or a tie to that particular candle. And a lot of your powders have herbs in them, so it does not have to be an oil. Okay, the only reason I'm saying it is because a lot of people burn their candles and they burn all crazy and weird. The glass go to cracking and it's super black, and when I'm trying to read them, I'm like, it's not a bad burn, it's the oils and the stuff that you're using too much. So if you do use oil, I will put just a little bit in the palm of my hand first, kind of spread it thin, and just take just enough to go, across the wick. Or if you are and that's if you're using one of these, you can do all that. You see what I'm saying? Because this is gonna burn in something anyway. But if you have a glass candle, that's what you do. Just enough to do the wick, or light it, let it get maybe this much liquid at the top, then pour just a little bit of oil in there. Okay? Yeah, the oil is too much. Yes, the oil is too much. With white candles, Trisha, what I like to do, I don't have, oh, it's right here. With white candle, what I like to do is I like to take clear quartz crystal to charge it up with my intention. So I'm putting my intentions in the crystal. I'm putting my intentions in the crystal, and then I'm going to put the candle, this, like I said, maybe for a day or two. Let it kind of sit there and charge it up, because you're charging up this candle. Okay, so that's what you do. For whatever reason, for me, when I do clear candles, I use white candles, I use clear quartz, and I put the quartz crystals all around them, because I have a whole bunch of quartz crystals. So when it's burning, I'll just put the quartz, if it's in a glass candle, glass jar, all the quartz around them. Now if it's not encased in glass and I'm burning in my soil like that I was telling you about, you could just put the crystal, right in front of it, and just have this sticking up again from the top, to create your own little magical little energetic portal. But as far as but mostly oil comes out first. Yeah. when you work with the oil, you have to be very careful and don't use a whole lot. One little bottle of oil, like if I fill this up with oil for a client and made it, this should last you for a long time. This should last so long that you be like, I'm just gonna just throw it away because I've had it too long. Like, that's how long this much oil, this is way too much. Way, way, way. Because even when you're carrying your little mojo bag that you make, like I said, where you put your candle wax, your petition, the wax that's left over, your petition, your herbs, your roots, you always want to have your Hajun, the conqueror root. You always want to have 5-finger grass. These are calamus roots. These are things that good voodoo practitioners, any spiritualist that's working with herbs, and that's all voodoo means, is you're working with herbs and roots and stuff, but you're working with some different saints that are badass too. But I'm just gonna say any practitioner, a spiritualist, if you're working with anybody else's energy, doing work for them or for yourself, you need to be using those particular herbs because they bring power. Okay. Yeah, so those particular things. And when it comes to powders too, Very simple and effective, because again, they already have herbs crushed up in them if they're made by somebody who know what they're doing. And what you do is you shake that powder. If you're trying to get some money, you throw that powder on the machine at the casino. If you're trying to get them to give you a loan at the bank, you put that powder over that application, turn it in. Or same thing for a job. You know what I'm saying? A loan. Whatever it is you're trying to get. Okay? This powder smells amazing. So hopefully that helps as far as why you want to be specific when you're doing your candle magic, why you need to make sure you're doing things a certain way, so that, and if spirit gives you a download and they say you need to use a green candle for your love, that's fine, because green is great for love as well, because that's going to tie into the heart chakra. So you want to have pink candle, green candle, orange candle is very good for success. Again, if you're trying to get a loan or get approved for something, get a job, you light up an orange candle and you put a little gold glitter on the top of it, and you take and dedicate one pen, one pocket knife, one whatever for your spirit, for your candle. So you want to take it and do the Star of David, which is two triangles inverted. Also, you can take a screwdriver. That's an old school thing. Take a screwdriver and drill a hole down in your candle so that you can put some powders or oils in it. I don't really like to do that all the way down to the bottom. I'll do a couple of little holes at the top, like maybe 3 little holes at the top sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. Like if I'm doing unhexing or something. Anything that's unhexing needs to be done outside. I don't know if I said that before. If you have access to a backyard, a patio, or balcony, because unhexing will tear down the place. It can get real rowdy and out of hand. Okay. So hopefully this is helpful to everybody. Positive for Life said it did help. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, hopefully this helps you all, because like I said, as a spiritualist, I get a lot of people that ask me to do work, but some of these things you all can do for yourself, and it's very I advise you all to learn, because at the rate that we're going right now, it's hard to even get work out to people and getting things out. It's like the mail is all crazy. Everything is just so weird right now. So I just, whenever those kind of stumbling blocks and obstacles happen, I know it is spiritually meant for me to advise you all on how to do your own thing, so you all can start protecting yourself. Okay. What do I dress the orange candles with? Like I was saying, it's going to be whatever you're using for. Like I was saying, I use my orange candles for success. And so whenever I do that, I use a lot of gold, because that speaks to success to me. So I have a gold marker, permanent marker, that I will write on the side of the, if it's a glass jar with. And then I have gold glitter that I kind of sprinkle at the top. But as far as oils for success, they have oils. If you go to a Botanica, they have oils everywhere. Crown of Success oil. When I make my oils, pretty much all you're doing is taking some olive oil and putting a little bit of whatever herbs you're using. And if it's for love, you're putting, rose oil oil in there, rosemary, essential oil, some ginger powder. You're putting all these things together. And you're putting them in the oil. You're shaking them up 3 times. You're saying whatever you want to happen that's blessing it. And you are, you can, take your Bible, open it to a song, sit your little bottle you just made and anoint it on there, and you're good to go. This is how you do kitchen magic, is what I call it. And this is what our ancestors did, because they didn't have a Botanica. First of all, a lot of our ancestors weren't even allowed in certain stores. They didn't have a Botanica, so they had to use what they had in the kitchen, right? Or what they could get their hands on outside. You know what I'm saying? So just be very creative. You can use pine cones and acorns if it comes down to that. Okay. Do you have to keep doing candle magic on a situation or just wait until it happens? It depends. Like if you're doing unhexing, you may have to do something every night consecutively. If you're trying to draw in love, you may have to do something 7 nights in a row. You know, success work and stuff like that though, I would burn one candle, let it burn out. Soon as that one's about to burn out, light another one until I get what I want. You know what I'm saying? Because it should be, if you're doing it effectively, it should be coming in to the point where you don't have to keep doing this for a long time. If you're doing it effectively, if your petitions are very specific and everything, then you should be able to get what you need done. You're welcome, Monica. For example, I remember it was September the 11th when I did the petition for my house, and I got approved for my loan in December. I closed on Valentine's Day. And I remember it was September the 11th because I was outside in the backyard at my townhouse, and I was sitting, I had a red deck out there, and I was sitting on the deck, and I said, Spirit, all of this energy in the world today, people are mourning, people are upset, people are afraid, people are reliving September the 11th, people lost family members and loved ones, people lost their lives. You know, I pulled down this particular energy, and I know it's powerful and it's strong. I want to tap into this gateway energy, and I want to manifest my house, you know. And I don't care if it sounds selfish or not, but that's what I said. I sure did. I said I want to utilize this energy. I pay homage to those who lost their lives. I lit some candles for them. You always do that. I lit 2 white candles, and when I was lighting the candles, I saw the twin towers because I had 2 white candles that looked like, you know, the towers. And I lit the candles for them, for anybody who lost their lives. Now that I'm, you know, in Virginia, my wife works at the Pentagon. I've gone to the memorial. I always light candles and pay homage to those who lost their lives. I live behind a hospital. I always light candles for people who lose their lives. But when those gateways are open, they are open for the taking. That energy is around you in the atmosphere. If there is something that you would like to release or manifest, you should use that energy, okay? And Trisha said, basil, bay leaves, cinnamon, things that come from the kitchen. Yes, that is it. That is it. Those are the things. You can take bay leaves, and you treat bay leaves just like it's money. You write down what you want on it. You know, bay leaves are really, really strong for attracting money. If you think about it, anything that you would go out and buy for a Thanksgiving dinner that you don't typically cook with, bay leaves, sage, thyme, you know, when they baking pies, they put the cloves in there. Cloves are very good. Cloves are very good. Let me see, what did I write down in my book that I use cloves for historically? I don't keep up with these things. When I get to going, I just pull out all my stuff and I go to you know, using it. And Pinky Lee says, not selfish, ask for nothing, you get nothing. I know that's right, because I know it's a whole bunch of folk that's using up energies and stuff. Let's see. Tobacco is really good too, y'all, for purifying your candles and stuff. What was I check? Oh, clove. What did I write down? Clove. I didn't write down anything, but I do know that clove will help you when I do a lot of work to make work for communication with those on the other side. Back in the day, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, a lot of this stuff I haven't done for myself, I do for clients. Like when I was doing things to increase my intuition and stuff like that, I made something one time, a psychic jar for myself. And did I lose weight last night? Because all my rings are just sliding around. I put clove oil in there. Clove herbs. I'm sorry, not oil. clove oil is very good for, like, if you have a toothache or infection or something like that in your teeth. But clove is very strong and purifying and cleansing. Yes, there y'all go. See, there y'all go. Nutmeg, sage, thyme, fennel seeds, allspice, ginger. Yes, all of those things. Listen, if you have an international market or a halal market or something like that, where they sell herbs, international products and stuff like that, you can get a big old thing like this for $2, just full of cinnamon or ginger, you know, thyme, big bags of bay leaves and stuff. And I'm telling y'all, y'all need to go ahead and stock y'all own apothecary. When I get orders from y'all, I have stuff stocked up already. I'm gonna tell y'all like that. You need to go ahead and stock up on these things, because these spiritual things are what's gonna be keeping you afloat, you know, as things are starting to change economically and in our country. You know, you can turn to spirituality for healing. You can turn to spirituality for protection, to manifest whatever it is that you're trying to get. So get your apothecary together. Get your herbs, get your candles, you know, get your oils. And you don't have to be a priest or priestess or, you know, pastor to bless and anoint your oils or anything, you know. Positive for Life. Do you recommend us to do this to heal body from health issues? Yeah, that's exactly what I didn't read the comment. Yes, 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 definitely yes, most definitely yes. As a, you know, Reiki master, I have seen things move, felt things move. I had a client on my table that I felt energetically when I was healing her sacral area. I felt this dark energy leaving, and she felt it moving. She got scared. She wanted to end the session. I said, no, baby, you paid me. And at this time, my in-person session for her was $450 because she had some stuff on her. So it took us three sessions. I said, baby, you paid me. This was the first session. $450. I do not plan on refunding you, number one. And number two, why not go ahead and take advantage, because I'm here and I'm doing it and it's working. But she wasn't ready to face those things, so I had to kind of walk her through those issues. But I felt it with my left hand moving around in her belly, trying to, you know, not get released. And she felt it too. And I asked her some questions. I'm not going to say her name, so I can't share her story. I asked her if she had an abortion before. She said yes. And y'all, I had to get in there and get that out of there. Telling y'all, if y'all can get Reiki attuned, get that done. Invest in the things you can do to heal yourself, and to repair your energy. So you need to always protect and repair your energy. That's I mean, what do we have in this day and time other than our health? Our health is our wealth. If you land up in the hospital bed and you can't get out the hospital and go and do nothing to spend all this money and stuff you got, then that means absolutely nothing. The only thing that is going to equate to if you should perish is you're going to have a very nice funeral and a nice elaborate casket, and that's if your folk invest your money in that. So your health is your wealth. You know, that's like me. Pinky Lee texts me all the time and tell me I need to, you know, make sure I'm putting the proper nutrients in my body. And I'm on it now, because there's no way I could take these potassium pills. I woke up with my head spinning after I took one late last night. All yesterday I didn't take one. I refused. I ate and did, you know, what I needed to do. Late last night I said, okay, I'm going to take one. I woke up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, my head spinning. I said, oh no. And that's one of the side effects, is dizziness. And I said, oh no. I am not going to be a part of that club where I'm over here taking something when I can just very well eat what I'm supposed to and correct that. Yes, Monica, health is your wealth. I have guzzled down pretty much almost an entire bottle of silver after I came back from the emergency room. And if I moon, y'all, please forgive me. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to share this. And I'm under my pyramid too, so that's what I was trying to look at how much silver I got in here. Now, I didn't guzzle down the whole bottle. I'm being exaggerative as usual, but it was probably right here. But all this is it's water that has been charged. Ionic properties have been infused in this water, distilled water that's hooked up to some to some copper prods and rods and different stuff like that, and it has become ionized. So it is not going to hurt me to drink that much. It's going to help me if anything. But I have taken this, did my Psalms, and actually, you know what I used to do back in the day. It wasn't colloidal silver that I was taking. When I was doing like my distilled water, I would write petitions on my water bottle, my jug of water, like when I was detoxing and stuff like that. So Positive said, I saw something in my egg related to health, so I got to get that taken care of. You definitely want to and Positive, I'm feeling you need to do some herbs. Yes, no pills. Use food as medicine. Yes, Pinky Lee. I'm on it now. My issue is the opposite of the masses. People go to the doctor because they have high blood pressure. My blood pressure is low. People go to the doctor because their sugar level is high. My sugar level is not low. It's 80 something. So it's, you know, it's the doctors always look at me. I guess because I'm a sick woman, they always look at me and they're always shocked whenever I get a new doctor. They're always shocked at how healthy I am. My kidney level function is always normal. My liver, my heart rate is always normal. Everything is always normal. The only thing that has ever been low has been my potassium. And that is because I'm a very picky eater. Once I like something, I can literally eat it every day. And what I've been eating since we've been on quarantine has been veggie, plant-based hot dogs, gluten-free bun, and some kind of different seasoning, whether I'm doing a Jamaican hot dog, barbecue hot dog. I mean, you know, and then I will, that's my lunch, you know, that's it. Like for dinner, I might eat a piece of pizza or something. So y'all hear that? No veggies. So I've been doing my salads. Pinky Lee got me eating my salads. Here come a salad now. Thank you, babe. Can I have one of those little sparkling water things? Thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Napkin. Thank you. Thank you, love. I get on her nerve, y'all. I got me a salad now. But yeah, bless your food, pray over your food, do all these things because honestly, I was, you know, looking up some stuff that happened with the Spanish flu. Bless you, babe. With the Spanish flu, this one lady, her family survived. They were doing silver. And then Pinky Lee was sending me something where she was saying one family survived. They had baking soda. Similar properties. So definitely investing in herbs. Think about what a tea can do to your body. You know, people who've been taking medicines and stuff, and the doctor said, okay, we can't do nothing else. We just can't do nothing else. They went to go and see Dr. SEBI. I'm not going to say his name. This might get flagged too. And I ate an avocado for breakfast. They do have black beans on here, but I'm gonna do what you say. I'm gonna add an avocado because that's been my breakfast, Pinky. But that man was getting rid of stuff for folk left and right, all kind of incurable diseases and ailments. And so what was he doing? Like Pinky Lee said, he was using what they taught, because I did, for those of y'all who don't know, I don't think I mentioned on the channel before, I did get accepted into the pharmacy pre-pharmacy program. So, you know, I learned about the Hippocratic Oath and all of that. That is pretty much what medicine used to formally, not formal. What am I trying to say? Former, before what it is now. Pills and chemicals and drugs and stuff. Medicine used to be herbs. You used to have a doctor come to your house. My great grandmother had one. I saw it before. It was a medicine bag. It was a satchel. It was like this, and it had handles on it. It was leather, and they had, you know, a bag where they would open it up. And I was always infatuated with that bag because how once you open it up, how it just expands like this. But they had that satchel, and they opened it up, and they had all these tinctures and oils and salves and stuff that they put together. And they used a lot of very homeopathic style stuff, you know. So it was all very down to earth type of products that they would use, and that's what we have to go back to at this particular point in time. These products, J.R. Watkins, Dr. Bronner's, those products have been around for years. These people use plant-based ingredients. These things are what I would encourage you all to start using on your spiritual journey. That helps with opening your intuition as well if you're using natural toothpastes and stuff like that, okay? But I don't want to preach too long on that. Now, I normally don't drink these little things, but it just looks so good and cold in her hand, and I just wanted to take it from her because I knew she was going to get mad. What you say? She said I just want hers. It looked refreshing. Okay, so do y'all have any questions for me before I go? Because that was everything that I wrote down on my list. Yes, Pinky Lee said fasting heals. I did a fast for almost 2 months where I did liquids, juices, and waters. I lost 65 pounds. I think I was 32 when I did this, or 33. But I lost 65 pounds, and so I was looking like high school skinny. But okay, good. Monica said she learned a lot. June said enjoy your lunch. Perfect. I had learned about Dr. SEBI, and you know, I was on this journey and this path, and I said, let me see if I can go a couple of days just juicing. And ironically, my neighbor next door, her name was Lynn as well. She came and she brought me a bag of tomatoes just out of the blue. She said, I got some tomatoes for you. I told y'all my neighbors always spoil me. She said, I got some tomatoes for you, some fresh tomatoes. And I was like, okay, this is a sign from God because I just said that I want to start juicing and stuff. So I ate the tomatoes. That was the only thing I ate that day. I ate the tomatoes. I said, I can do this because I love tomatoes. I ate the tomatoes. I sprinkled some salt on them. And I said, these are good. Next day, I did the same thing. Tomatoes. I added a few cucumbers in there. And then I did miso soup because I love miso soup. I love how they have the little green onions and stuff in there. So I did some miso soup. So, you know, it went on and on and on. And I looked up and it was 2 months. And I had been juicing. And I never had a problem with like feeling like I was sick. And I used to go walking every day. So I did have to cut back on going walking every day because my energy levels were not as high, you know. But then when you're fasting, it's so amazing spiritually because you go through you get these supernatural bursts of energy where you have enough energy and it's so much enlightenment that comes in. You just want to do all kind of stuff, and then you'll have those periods of time where you just need to rest. Because and Pinky Lee is probably aware of this from, you know, having a nursing background. What happens when you fast, and I'm gonna do that. Please text me that what I need, the kale, the celery, and all that, please, Pinky. What happens when you're fasting is your body repairs itself, like Pinky Lee said. Your body is smart enough, and your cells go in and clean up. You have white blood cells, red blood cells, and they do their little jobs. They go in there, and they're like little Pac-Man, and they see something that doesn't belong. Oh, this extra fat, you've been fasting, your body's going to feed off of. That's why people lose weight when they don't eat, when they fast, because your body is going to feed off of the fat that's stored. It's going to also feed off of toxins. If you have, C word cells, abnormal cells, deformed cells, it's your body's smart enough to where it's gonna go and feed off of those. So your body is going to heal itself by fasting, and it's so amazing. And you wonder why they put that in the Bible and they tell you to do it, but most people don't really do it, that are Christian that I know. Now I know a lot of people that I know a lot of people that fast for Ramadan, but a lot of the Christian community I haven't really seen fasting. When I grew up in church, if you done ate all kind of crazy stuff, we got a flood warning. If you done ate all kind of crazy stuff up in the day, then what does it matter? Not nursing, nutritionist, okay, dietitian. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know that, because I don't think I knew that. You told me. I don't know why I said nursing, nutrition. And honestly, it's sad, and I can rant and preach about this all day. It's sad that we have to have a doctor, a medical doctor, that knows nothing about nutrition. We want to, get right dietary. We have to go to see a nutritionist. I feel, just my opinion, that our medical doctors need to have some nutrition advice training. I know they do have the pamphlets that they give you to eat this and eat that, but nobody at the hospital told me I could eat potassium rich foods. They just gave me the pills. And I understand it was an emergency situation, and I did come in and I did say, this and that, but I know at my age I should probably know better. But what made my potassium start getting low in the first place, outside of me not eating what I need to be eating, was I took an antibiotic. I only took it for like 2 days, 3 days, and my legs started cramping up. This was in April, and I haven't been right ever since. So I don't advocate for anything like that unless it's an emergency. You're in the hospital, you don't have a choice. But if you at home, try to do as much, natural stuff as you can to get rid of bacteria, viruses, and, stuff like that. All this is alleged, because I'm not a doctor. All of this is alleged, but we know what works for us. Doctors only have 3 credits of nutrition. They do not know about nutrition. It's whew. I mean, old folk will probably be rolling over in their grave if they knew what this world was about now versus the world they used to live in, because it's a different world. And, from doctors back then to now. But positive for life. Did you have a question? You said you had a question, I think. Trisha said her church fast. I do know when I was growing up in church and stuff that they would fast, but it wasn't the same type of fasting that I'm talking about, where you literally just, drinking distilled water and flushing your toxins out, and, you high school skinny when you finish. It wasn't that kind of fast. It's totally different, Doctors know how to push pills. Yep, that's, and I understand they're doing what they're being taught, but it's like, a total approach. That's why I like to have a holistic doctor, because it's total wellness. My holistic doctor will get me right from head to toe, whether it is I had acid reflux real bad. She got me on some stuff. My gallbladder was detox. I didn't have an acid reflux problem after that. My daughter had a Oscar Slaughter's bone spur. They said, oh, she has to outgrow it. There's nothing we can do. She ended up working with a holistic doctor a month later. No more pain. So, it's just, the natural side of things has been what I can advocate for from experience. And again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't advise anybody to do anything to not do anything. I can't say, hey, take this or don't take that. But what I can say is, you know, pay attention to what your body says, you know. Positive said, now with these two tall glass candles, they are basically new. One was blowing slow, and the other kept blowing out. The wax is still at the top. Should I take the wax out or not when I'm taking them out? Are they the pullouts where you can take the wax in and out? When something is burning slow, that just means that there are a lot of blockages. It's going to take a while to manifest. It's going to manifest slower. Especially if it's like a real slow burn where it's just like barely lit. Whenever I'm doing work for client, that candle alerts me that there's some blockages, so there's some other work that needs to be done. If I'm doing something for love and it's burning like that and it's just a tiny barely flame going, I know that there are some blockages. Maybe somebody put a hex on it. Maybe somebody they still tied to that's out here doing some crazy stuff, and they're kind of, that is seeping over into their energetic field. So I just know that, you know, I need to do something else, okay? Yeah, if they're not pullouts, don't even fool around with them. Just take them to a forest, lake. I've taken my candles. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Y'all know how I am by now. I've taken my candles and set them on the church steps. Didn't I, babe? She was with me. I took some candles and I set them. They were glass jar candles. And I took the candles and I set them right on the front of the church steps. I sure did. I said, here y'all go. But the reason I did that, Spirit told me, I had accidentally brought some Our Lady Guadalupe candles, and I told y'all, me and her, you know, for whatever reason, don't rock with one another. So I said, well, I'm just going to sit you right here on the church steps, and I'm going to go on back on home. Yes, Trisha. And Pinky said, I fasted as a kid, but the fast was no food, no water, no nothing. Now people only fast at 6 p.m. and eat a big fat juicy steak. Exactly, and that's not fasting. So during my fast, there were days where I only drank water. And at first I was like, I'm going to go crazy. But, you know, I'm not a big eater anyway. But it was just the fact that you can't have something. It kind of creates this, you know, how us humans are from an ego perspective or from a rebellious perspective. Oh, I can't have it. I really want it now. You know, you didn't even really want it in the first place because I really didn't eat that much. And my kids were gone for the summer. They always left for the summer to go visit their dad back home in Memphis. So it was good. I didn't have to buy any, you know, little kids foods like goldfish and, you know, fruit snacks and juices. So it was just me and I could do it. So there were some days where I didn't eat absolutely anything. And at first I was like, I'm going to go crazy. But then again, there's this thing that happened, honestly, and you can understand, Pinky, there are things that happen when you're fasting that you can't really explain, because you're probably getting more in touch with your higher self, because there are less blockages. Because food, believe it or not, is a blockage. All the preservatives and stuff in food. And then like even like the days that I didn't eat, I didn't feel hungry. It's weird, but that's what happened. The less I ate, the less hungry I became. But I noticed when my dad was on his deathbed, when he was in hospice, that he didn't eat anything, and I was trying to, you know, force him to drink at least an unsure, and the hospice nurses would tell me it's actually not a good thing for them to eat, because their body doesn't have that much energy when they're in hospice. So believe it or not, your body utilizes a lot of energy, because y'all know I had to go home and research it. Your body utilizes a lot of energy to digest food. It's crazy. It's very crazy. When I burn candles, the flame just dance and waves back and forth. What does that mean? That's a sign from spirit that it is actually working for you. And you want to look at the flame and ask it questions. Show me a sign. Is this going to work? Am I going to manifest this? If it starts flickering and dancing and stuff, that's a sign. If it starts popping and sizzling, that's a sign. If it gets low and still and quiet and all of a sudden it just lights up, it lets you know, hey, it may take a little while, but then boom, it's going to explode. You know, so just ask spirit for those things, and y'all will start getting those signs, because it's just that simple. It's very simple when dealing with spirit. Of course, food is a blockage. The more you eat, the more the body wants. Yeah, because it has a lot of preservatives, a lot of food. If you're eating canned food and boxed food and stuff off the shelf, all those preservatives are in there, and those things are in there additives. Your body craves those things and becomes addicted to them. I'm the type of person that I don't tell people I'm vegan. I just say I don't eat meat, I don't do eggs, cheese, and milk. But I don't say vegan or vegetarian because, as you all can see, I don't eat the vegetables that that's what I need, you know. I put them up for my ancestor altar. The other candle were dancing, but gentle with those. Okay, yeah, take them to the woods. Okay, you asked. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to send some Reiki to Trisha, and if y'all have questions, I can pop back in and do another live for y'all. Just let me know in the community section if y'all have a specific topic. And I got a new bag of tea. I'm gonna let y'all know how it works. I ordered some tea online. Yeah, I'm about to eat. Okay. All right, loves. Real quick before I go, thank y'all so much for the donations the last time. I did get this statue. I got this statue. I had gotten a download from what was the tribe called? Tuti or UT? UT. We were sitting in the car getting ready to go to the store, and I said, Native American speaking to me. And then I heard UT. I was wearing that headband with those feathers on it. And I said UT, and I Googled, and it's actually a tribe, the UT tribe. So I thought that was awesome, and I went to the store, and I saw this beautiful man right here. Very wise. Very, very wise. My great-grandmother was Native American. Very tall Native American woman. So this particular statue, which has awesome details. Okay, I will, Pinky, and I'll text you. Yeah, awesome detail. Looks like he reminds me of my great-grandmother and her cousin Red that lives down the street from us. So I purchased this. Look at the necklace he's wearing. Oh my God. I just want to sit down and just make a necklace like this. It's beautiful. So, Pinky Lee said, hey, babe. She said, hola. Did y'all know my wife can speak Spanish? That's why I married her. That's the only reason why I married her. Other than that, we are like arch enemies. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so I am going to take the salad, eat my salad, take some time to get some Reiki done, and then I got a package in the mail. I need to open up some products that I'm going to be putting together for everybody. Positive Life says, hola, bonita. She said, como estas? Don't y'all, now. Look, don't y'all start speaking this other language. Y'all know look, she laughing because she's talking about something. You try to do an accent, all your countries sound alike. If it's an African or Indian or Spanish, Chinese, she said, I don't know. I can get down with the Yoruba language. I've actually learned a whole lot of Yoruba, but since I've been practicing and since I've been following their reaches over the years. But she said the nada. Now I know what that means from Dora the Explorer. But okay, y'all, if y'all have a question or a topic, put it in the community section and I'll pop back on, okay? All right, I'll talk to all y'all later. I'm going to go ahead and eat, okay? All right, peace and namaste. Y'all know I don't know how to turn this thing off. Okay.